Welcome back to another edition of Coffee Time with TD. Happy Thursday. Move over, Rova, and let TD take over. Got to circle back to Trump's comments about him saying that he wishes his generals were like Hitler's generals. And the reason why I'm bringing it up is because the Fox News host Brian Kilmeade, please let me know if I'm not saying his name right, but I believe it's Brian Kilmeade, said that maybe Donald Trump didn't realize that Hitler's generals were Nazis. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? What world do I live in? What world do I live in? I can't take this level of stupid and insanity anymore. Can you imagine if he is president? Are you kidding me? What world do I live in that a Fox News host, Brian Kilmeade, says maybe Donald Trump didn't realize that Hitler's generals were Nazis? And this takes me into the bigger subject of the day. Has there ever been, and I'm saying this across the board, not just a presidential candidate, not just someone running for office, across the board, has there been a person who has other people translate what he says more than Donald Trump, or says, oh no, this is what he meant, I know this is what he said, but this is what he meant, that's not what really he said, excusing his reprehensible rhetoric? I don't, like I said, tell me, a person in general, you think Donald Trump is speaking Japanese with the amount of fucking translators he has that translate his reprehensible rhetoric and say, oh, no, that's not what he meant. That's not what he meant. Maybe he didn't know that Hitler's generals were Nazis. Or, I know Donald Trump, and that's not what he was talking about. That's a really good one. That's not what he was talking about. That's not what he meant. And I know it comes down to power. I know that because once you get a little taste of power, you fiend for it. You fiend for the power. It's your drug, heroin, whatever it is. You fiend for the power. And if you don't have the power, the next best thing is sitting next to the power. That's what the final scene in Succession was about when she chose her husband over her brothers because she'd be sitting next to the person who had total power. That's what it was about. And power, very different than money. Would you rather have power or money? Just out of curiosity. But all these people who have a touch of power, not complete power or total power. And I'm not even going to get into absolute power because none of them have that other than Netanyahu and Putin. But all of these people that excuse and explain and say, no, that's not what he was talking about. The enemy from within, using the military on the enemy from within, whether it be on Pelosi or Schumer or whoever. No, that's not what he was talking about. No, that's not what he meant. It's like he has fucking translators after every single fucking thing he says. Say what you mean what you say, and he does. What's on a person's face is not always what's in their heart. And he spews hateful, reprehensible rhetoric every single day. Every single day. And you have Fox News hosts, Brian Kilmeade, who say maybe he didn't know that Hitler's generals were Nazis. I feel like I'd like to go and stick my head in the sand. I can't take it anymore. And I come to you and I plead with you to vote Kamala Harris, Tim Walz in a couple of weeks, less than a couple of weeks now, I guess. Because you have people that excuse his behavior and translate it and try to okay it. Try to make it okay, his reprehensible rhetoric. across the board. From the news to his fellow Republicans to J.D. Vance to whoever it is. Matt Gaetz, Ted Cruz, Lindsey Graham, doesn't matter. Oh no, that's not what he meant. That's not what he was talking about. That's not what he said. And you will sit there and tell them this is a direct quote of what he said. No, that's not what he said. You can't make this shit up. You live in a world, in a land, United States, of lunacy. It's like Donald Trump has his own personal translators who go around and say that. It makes my head want to explode. I cannot fucking take it anymore. Grande beso. As every day, be a good person. Love, light, peace, hope, and joy to all of you all. Be in the fight to win the fight. Help people when you can. Be a good person. God's love. And remember, got a couple weeks left. Fight like hell. Be in the fight to win the fight. See you tomorrow. Lots of love. Grande beso.